everyone, I'm Katie here at the Nature Center, and today we're going to be boiling some maple syrup. So I just got the fire started and a little bit of sap into our evaporator, and we've got this really nice roaring hot fire, and basically we're just going to stick it over this fire all day today and wait until some of the water evaporates out. As that happens, that sap is going to eventually turn into syrup. I'm going to finish it tomorrow over the stove top. So keep an eye out for our Instagram Live. I'll be coming back online all day to give you updates. Thanks. Hello again, everyone. We're here at the Nature Center, and we're just starting to see a little bit of a boil on our maple sap. So once the full part of the evaporator gets boiling, then we'll be in a good spot to get even more of that water and liquid off of it. So. Alright, so we're back with another live check-in at the Cayuga Nature Center. We've got our sap still starting to steam, and I've actually let that fire die right down because we're getting to the point where there's not as much sap in there as it needs in order to keep that rolling boil without burning. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drain this, put it into a big pot, and finish it up over the stovetop. And I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, so you can check in on Instagram Live to see that final process as we get closer to having the syrup. Good morning, everyone. This is Katie from the Cayuga Nature Center again. I've got my maple sap from yesterday here. We've boiled it down all the way. It was about 20 gallons. We've boiled it down so that it all fits in this pot here. And you can see that it's got that nice dark color, no longer clear, but it's still pretty liquidy, and we've got a long ways to go before it's syrup. So I'm going to go ahead and start boiling this on high heat and check back with you when it gets a little bit closer to being done, and I'll see you soon. Alright, we are back with an update on our maple sap. So we're getting pretty close. You can see it's getting darker, but it's not quite yet the consistency that we want for maple sap. You can see it's still pretty thin comparatively. So what we're going to do now is just strain it a little bit to make sure that we're getting a few less bugs in our sap, because we did have a few fall in when I had first collected it. We got rid of most of them while we were straining over, but now we're just going to go ahead and do one more straining. We've got another pot here set up underneath with a very nice dish towel here, and then a full strainer just to help hold it in place underneath. So we're gonna go ahead and get that straining. Looking at our sap again, and it is getting really close to being syrup. So what we're doing right now is testing out the sugar content with our hydrometer. So you can see Kyle's got that little hydrometer right inside there, and basically what this does is tells us if it's at the right sugar content. So you can see that it's kind of bobbing up and down a little bit. So once we get that to float consistently at the 60 mark, then we'll know that the sap is now syrup and it is done. You can also see that we've got a couple of our other pots on the stove top here. We've got the lids, and then in those we've got some jars because we're going to be canning the syrup as soon as it's done. So our maple syrup is done, and we've already done a little bit of canning, but I'm going to show you just the process that we use. So I just get a funnel here, and I've got my mason jar that was sterilized in our boiling water for 10 minutes. Put the funnel on top. I'm just scooping it in. And I want to get about 1/2 inch from the top, so right about there. And then everything is still very hot, so I'm just going to use a little rag here so that I can tighten this. And you want to get it really tight